Hi Nancy. Nancy, speaking for my daughter Claire and myself, I can say that Snowstars has been another family for us. It has been such a pleasure to work with all the wonderful people who make up Snowstars. And of all those wonderful people, you have been one of the very best. You've been that important person at the center. You set the tone and the atmosphere for the club that made everything click. I know that you've always made me and others feel appreciated and valued. There's something special about you that brings out the best in people. I've learned so much from you just by observing your organization and talent in dealing with people. In my early years with Snowstars and the days before the yurt, seeing you behind the Snowstar table with hundreds of bags, answering questions left and right, is an image I'll never forget. As they say, when someone makes a tough job look easy, you know they are good at what they do. You've been great, Nancy. You will continue to be great at whatever you choose to do. Thanks for everything.
Hi Nancy. My favorite topic in my family is Snowstar. And in fact, as my older children tease me, because whenever we get together they say, "You're not talking about Snowstar again, are you?" The reason we talk about Snowstar is because it's a major part of my life and my children's lives. My three youngest children have all become great skiers thanks to Snowstar. They've become pretty good instructors and really decent human beings thanks to all the people at Snowstar. The saddest day of the year is when Nancy calls and says, "Snowstar's over for the year." And the excitement starts to build in August when we get our notice that to fill out the forms for the upcoming year. Nancy, you're a very special person to me. Besides having a mission to teach kids how to ski, you have the patience of a saint, an organization ability that won't quit. Your ambiguity tolerance is unbelievable. You have that very special quality that every single person that I know feels special and feels that that you just deal with them as an individual and that you are a very special person. In the teaching profession we call that individual perception. Every kid needs something different from every teacher, and you have it. You're a wonderful human being. And for the last 10 years, Snowstar has been a great part of my life. And I'm sad to see the season end, and you've been just a tremendous part of our Snowstar family and a kind of human being that I would aspire that most of my teachers have the quality that you have.
Hey Nancy, I'm here to say thanks. Thanks for a wonderful experience. For me, Snowstar has been really a blend of two wonderful things, family and friends. It's been family for me directly and indirectly in that I've gotten to spend every Sunday with my kids, doing really fun things together, playing, laughing, knowing each other's friends, and then going home and enjoying dinner together with red cheeks and cold toes, and it's been great. It's been friends for us because every time we go, we hang out with people we really love. Snowstar is a family for us in a big way. I feel like you have been the mom in the loving, comforting way, always offering $1 for a soda and warm mittens for cold fingers, and telling Andy Frazier to pull his Andy pants up, as we call them. So discipline and love has been there for everyone. Friends, the Snowstar family has been friends for us. We've often talked about going out skiing and snowboarding on days since we have season passes, but the thought of going to Sunburst without the Snowstar people there has just not been fulfilling, so we've never gone. The other thing I wanted to mention is the history that our families had with Snowstar. I've been part of the Snowstar family for 12 years, 12 wonderful years. It started when Christopher was in 7th grade, I think 12 years old, and there was this Snowstar Sunday Fun Day thing where you're supposed to bring a friend. And of course, Christopher invited me to come, and I thought, you don't have any friends, Chris? And he said that he actually had a method to his madness, and sure as heck it worked. I never stopped coming after that day. I have a fond memory of that day riding up the chairlift with David Massetti, who looked down and said, "Oh my gosh, look at that, T-straps. I saw that in a James Bond movie once." So we enjoyed that laugh, and we still do. But really the main reason that Snowstar has been so important to me as a mom is the role models that have been provided for my children growing up. And that's the one thing that I point out to people who are interested in Snowstar, is the teenage and young adult role models who have really helped produce quality teenagers. My kids have been recipients of those great role models and have become those role models through Snowstar, and so I'm really grateful for that. We say that Snowstar is safety, fun, and learning. For me, it's really 4 F words: fulfilling, formative, and fun. Thanks for the memories, Nancy.
Oh, Nancy, where do you start? I am so grateful to the day, to Audrey for introducing me to you. I don't know what I would have done my whole life without you. You just created so many opportunities and so many fun memories, and so much support, not just skiing, but in a lot of my daily life activities and life changes. I don't know what I would have done without you, Nancy. I want to thank you very much, and everyone in the family wants to thank you for the life that you created for us.
Well, so you finally decided to retire. Well, I'm supposed to have something to tell you here, and I think the best story I have is one that I already told you, but it has to do with a conversation I had with Brent one day, and I was talking to him about the fact that Mary and I had raised all the kids to be skiers, and I have no doubt that they'll all be skiers for life. And my assumption is one day that Brent will find his way to the mountains. And I said, so I expect that you'll raise your kids to become skiers. And I said, it'll probably even be better for them. And he looked at me and he said, well, what do you mean better? And I said, well, you'll probably be in the mountains somewhere. And he says, well, I might be in the mountains, he said, but he says, it will never be as good as what I had it. And I said, well, why is that? And he said, well, because I had Snowstars. And he was dead serious in that conversation. And he went on to talk about all of the enjoyment that he had progressing through all of the levels and all of the people, and talking about Nancy and the way she ran Snowstars. You'll be missed. So with that, I wish you the very best in Snowstar retirement.
Hi Nancy, it's been 15 years since I started with you in Snowstar, and my biggest thing that I want to say to you is thank you very much for everything that you've done. I don't think that there's a place that I can go or people that I can talk to about skiing who have any knowledge of Milwaukee and Snowstar, whose first question is that lady still there? Is Nancy still there? Is she still running the program? And I always look at them and say, yes, she is. And she's doing a fantastic job. And they all have some memory or some spark that lights up in their eye when they hear the word Snowstar. And I'd like to think that it's because of you and Snowstar in the program that it's allowed me to grow into the person who I am. And I think that's true in anybody and everybody who's been a part of Snowstar and the program that you've helped put together. It's going to be very hard not to have you around helping to run the program, and I always look at you with the boys as calling you Mom, which is our favorite saying, go ask Mom or go ask Nancy if we can do something. But from the deepest part of my heart, from my wife's heart, from our future baby who's going to be born in June, who will be a Snowstar member, thank you very much for everything that you've done.
Hi Nancy, happy retirement, whatever that means for you. I don't think it's going to mean exactly the same for you as it is for other people though. But I want to talk to you a little bit about Blake. He talked to me the other night after he found out that you were retiring, and he indicated that he thought that Snowstars was really good for him because he had a goal to achieve. And that goal was to make it to Astounders. At the time, that was the highest level of Snowstars. And he worked hard to get each and every one of those cards that he got. And he did achieve his goal. He did succeed. And I think that's good for all kids. I think that one of the benefits of being a Snowstar participant is being able to practice their skills, achieve their goals, reach for the stars, so to speak. And because of Snowstars, many kids have been able to succeed. And you have made a difference in many, many kids' lives because of the experience that you've been able to provide for them to be able to succeed. And I just want to thank you because I know that you've made a difference in all three of my kids' lives, in my life, in my husband's life. We've had an opportunity to work with a variety of wonderful different individuals. We not only do we work with the instructors, but with the children, and it's been a very rewarding experience, and we're very happy to have been a part of Snowstars. Thank you so much, and I hope that your retirement is all that you expect it to be.
Hi Nancy, I just wanted to say I hope you realize how many people you've really affected over the years. There's thousands of kids and adults alike who truly love you. For me personally, you've given me more than a job, more than a sport that I love, even more than friends. You've given me really a second family. I joined when I was in 6th grade. I was nervous on the bus, and I followed the crowd. Not really knowing where I was going, and I found the Snowstar table, and you said, "Hi, Steve," and there's still a mystery how you can do that, but you do every year, and it made me feel really welcome, like Snowstar was a part of my family, and your care and concern for kids and instructors alike is really evident in everything you do. Your generosity you've shown all of us is really inspiring, and I think a model we can all follow and learn from. The family you've created is a place where we can all really fit in. We have young, we have old, we have athletic, we have the not so athletic. We all have a place here at Snowstar. We all fit in, and it feels it's a good place to be. I can say because of you that I've met some of my best friends. I just want to thank you for everything you've done. Thank you.
My first memory of Nancy was in 1972. It was at the Mayfair Mall parking lot in front of Kimball's. I was 12. She was a frantic lady and directing everyone to their buses. First question was, "Are you a low, mid, or high?" My response to mid. She goes, "Well, hurry over there. Your mid buses are over there." It was an incredible task having her get everyone off to the right buses. As a kid in Snowstar, it was exciting going out, learning new friends, learning new skills. It was a wonderful experience that I have many fond memories from my childhood with. This brings me to a place in 1990, returning to Snowstar as an instructor. It was an easy decision at the time to come back to a program that had given me so much. Again, I found many new friends, some of my old instructors, and of course Nancy. I soon learned why Nancy was so frantic. She was probably panicking on how to beat all the goodies she had provided for everyone at the dryland clinics. In the last years, I have come to realize how many people Nancy really has touched over the years. Thousands of children of all ages, from 7 all the way to 70. She has created a family bond with Snowstar, bringing people together to ski, snowboard, build enthusiasm for the sports, but also an enthusiasm about learning, teaching, and working together as a goal. Nancy, I would like to thank you for helping me build a passion and letting me share it with others. As I go on in my career, I'll always try to share the enthusiasm you instilled with me with my other students. Last but not least, I'd like to thank you for some of the brightest memories of my life and also for comforting me at one of my darkest moments. You'll always be in my heart, Nancy.
Alright, let's see. My fondest Snowstar memory goes back, let's start it from the top. The year was 1990. Let's call it Hell Trip 1990. Remember that one, Nancy? I sure hope you do. I was a young instructor, apprentice, fairly new at all this, and we went up to the annual Upper Michigan Powderhorn trip that had become a big tradition by that point. All the kids looked forward to it. Do a weekend-long trip up there. I traveled up separately with a couple of other instructors, and on the Saturday night of the trip, we're walking back from dinner. We hear some glass breaking in the back of the woods, and we catch a couple of kids drinking. So Chris Klink, if you remember him, tells Nancy, hey, found some kids drinking, and these are like 8th graders. And as I recall, as we interrupted Nancy's dinner to tell her this, she had a conniption, would be a subtle term. Needless to say, she was upset, and as fire kind of and brimstone came from her eyes, she looked at us and all the other younger instructors around and said, "Get the kids back to their condos now!" And so the night began. All the kids were rounded up, quarantined back to their condos, and Nancy and the other senior instructors, the other adult instructors there at the time, began a room-to-room search. And what they found kept getting worse and worse and worse. And we could have started a small liquor store by the time they got done. Very creative kids, stashing shot bottles of liquor in their guitar cases, stuffing them inside of pillows to bring up. Unbelievable what they thought of. Unfortunately, along the way, some of the kids shoplifted from the local Powderhorn liquor store. Some drugs were found. Not one of our finer moments. And the next morning, I lose touch with Nancy for a while, and the next morning, the next image I see of Nancy is her looking drawn and haggard and big black spots under her eyes. Nancy, I gotta tell you, you didn't look good. I'm just being honest, Nance. And she had pulled an all-nighter doing room searches. And then, of course, we're sitting at breakfast at the Powderhorn Lodge, and with that, a nice, steady drizzle begins to come down out of the sky. Not a good day for Snowstar people. The last I heard, they loaded up all the kids on the buses, boys on one bus, girls on the other bus, and started shipping them home. A couple of young boys were escorted to the local Hurley airport and boarded a vintage World War II plane. You couldn't have paid anybody $1 million to get on this thing, and they were flown not to Milwaukee, because there was no flights into there, but all the way to Chicago, where their parents had to pick them up. Nancy was a little upset with them. That was the hell trip. Ever since 1990, about every other year or so, I hear Nancy mumbling to herself, going, you know, I should do a Powderhorn trip again. And then I grab her and go, Nancy, what are you thinking? Are you crazy? And we have not had a Powderhorn trip since then. It was that bad. So Nancy, as you move into retirement here, and I give you that fond memory of Hell Trip 1990, we can look back at it, I hope, now and smile and laugh and think about it. And I have to thank you, Nancy, for all of the wonderful memories you've given me, all of the friends that you've given to me over the years. And I think that I can speak for everybody that's ever been involved in Snowstar and has now grown up by saying, we are who we are because of you. Not just because of Snowstar, but because of you and the organization you created. Thank you so much, Nancy, for everything you've done for me over the years. I love you so much. Take care.
Go.
Hi, Nancy. Jim and Kim here from beautiful Colorado. We're sorry to miss your retirement party, and we'll sure miss you at Sunburst. You have run one of the best organizations that we've had the pleasure to work with over the past 20 years. We'll envy you sitting in your living room next to that roaring fire when we're out with a throng of kids walking in and out of the yurt. Where's my hat? Where's my lunch?
God bless you, Nancy. Good luck in your retirement. Click.
Woo!
16 years ago, a friend gave me Nancy's name and said that she might be able to use some help. I'll always remember calling her up, wondering if there might be a possibility that she would need some help teaching skiing. Little did I know then the effect that the next 16 years would have on my life and the life of my family. There's no way that the kids and I ever would have been able to enjoy the ski experience, the family experience, the love and affection that we've shared, that Snowstar's brought to our life. And so when I look back on the past 16 years, I have nothing but fond memories, great love for Nancy, for the Snowstar Ski School, and for all the things she's done to bring me together with some of the best friends I've ever had. The way that I think I can best reflect on that and show my appreciation to Nancy going forward is to continue to support Snowstar in the future as strongly as I have in the past. The real strength of Nancy's love and attention to Snowstar will be demonstrated by our ability to keep the club going strong, teaching other children to ski, giving the opportunity for other families to come together as mine did through Snowstar. I look forward to doing that. It'll be a testament to Nancy and all that she's done as we continue to grow the ski school in the future.
Nancy, hi, John Brust here. I just want to say thank you and wish you the best in your retirement. There's been so many good things that have come from me, my experience at Snowstar, and me getting to know you. The good being, of course, me being here in Colorado, me moving to Colorado for 5 years, and me being here in Vail today. In fact, my good friend Mark Spurley. Mark?
Hey Nancy, thanks again. Really appreciate it.
Of course, other good being you coming to my high school graduation, my college graduation, of course everything else in there. The bad, of course, being the days when I used to cry. My parents used to push me out the door when I was 7 years old to go skiing with Snowstar. I hated it so much. Somehow I learned to like it though. And of course the other bad being me being in Winter Park and on the first trip to Colorado and losing all my money, having the condo broken into, but it all turned out well in the end. Wish you the very best in your retirement, and I'll always miss you, and you'll always be part of me. Thank you very much.
Bye, Nancy.
Well, hi, Nancy. This is such a surprise to hear about your news, and it made George and I to reflect on the past years that we spent with Snowstar and how much it meant to all of us and our family. And it was like family for us, a second family, and everybody had a wonderful time, wonderful experiences, and friendship that will go on forever. And go ahead, George, say something.
Well, Nancy, the Langer family has a great deal of good thoughts, and we really appreciate what you did for the family insofar as making that opportunity available. It gave us togetherness that's pretty precious, and you don't find it very often except when you center around a common activity. Skiing has been our life, and for each of the kids, we just feel it was because of Snowstar and really because of you. So thanks on behalf of the Linger family.
Good luck on your retirement and all the memories that you have and that all of us have with you.
Nancy, hey, excuse the voice, Allie's horse jumped in my throat and kind of made refuge there. Snowstar, what a great bunch of memories. Going way back, I think, in the O'Connell family for pretty much as long as I can remember. From the call lists, running up after dinner and making the call lists to see who's coming on Saturday or Sunday, to the stars. I think I was stuck in blue for 2 years. But it made me the skier that I am today and the person that I am today, and for that I thank you a lot. I just really had so much fun with Snowstar, and is a big part of my childhood and my family. When I think back of being a little kid, and Snowstar was always there, and it was always something I could count on, and it was a great weekend, usually, always, all the time. I really appreciate everything you've done for me. You're a great woman, you're a strong woman, and you give women in business a great name. Thank you. Thanks for the memories, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Our family has so many wonderful memories from Snowstar and from you especially. But tonight I'd like to talk about 15 years ago, my family from Japan. I brought over a group of students from Japan in the middle school age. You came to see them and brought them all kinds of gifts. And they started to call you Grandma Nancy. They were hoping, very, very much, hoping against hope, that you would come and visit them in Japan. It's such a shame that you didn't come. We were expecting you to put together a Snowstar Far East, and it never happened. But they still remember you, and so do many, many more people. Thank you so much.
Hey Nancy, Dan O'Connell here, beautiful Winter Park. Of course, as you know, and some of the others probably there know, that this has been my home for 20 years. And I moved here after high school, and a big part of that was fulfilling a dream that I had, and I think a big part of that dream came from what Snowstar provided me when I was growing up. So I wanted to make this video and to say thank you very much for coming up with such a great program, and making it available, and of course to my family for choosing to participate in that program. You know, some great things after I got the call from Eric saying that you were going to retire, they're going to have a party with this video. Boy, the memories just came streaming back to me. The great fun that we had every Saturday and Sunday skiing. I would look forward to that. That would make my whole week go by so much quicker, and of course we had so much fun every day. Some of the people that really shared their passion with me that you hired, some of the people that I can remember, and I'm sure I'm going to forget some people, but Red Carver, Howard and Joyce Washachek, Tom Brennan, Tom Guile. Again, I'm sure I'm missing some people, but hard to forget the people who really inspired you and gave me the skills in teaching and in just plain skiing. So thank you to everybody. And you know, then I started thinking about more memories as we came by. And Eric said to share some stories with the group, and of course some of those experiences, adventures that we came up with started coming back as well. I hesitate to share some of those ideas because I don't want to give the kids any more new ideas. but I did think of one. And this might not even be possible anymore because of the changes on the hill. I haven't been back for a while, but we were at Sunburst one day and we were looking for some excitement, which we usually were. And that excitement came in the form of jumping, which it usually did. Only this time we thought that we would make it a little more interesting in that the bumps were building up on the main run of Sunburst. So they were getting close to the rope tow, and one of us, the Germains or the Hobarts, or maybe even me, came up with the idea that I think we could make it over that rope tow and those snowmaking pipes right next to it. So we thought about it a little bit and figured it was safe. We would jump in between people going up the rope tow so we wouldn't hit anybody, and then we'd land on that other hillside. There used to be a run going down between the main hill and the beginners area. So we thought it was very doable and again, safe in our mind. So we had at it, and we were having a great time. I think John Forbear came up and he thought it was a great idea, and we did that for a little while. And of course, being totally exposed on a mountain like Sunburst, it wasn't long before the patrol saw us and spent most of the rest of the day chasing us around, and that was no small task in itself, is to outrun the ski patrol on a mountain like Sunburst. But of course we just kept skiing and we weren't quite sure they were trying to catch us or not. So again, it seemed to baffle everybody that we actually did get away with the feat of jumping over the rope tow and eluding the ski patrol for most of the day. But we did get caught and got the usual request of please see Nancy in the lodge. We did that. I'm sure that wasn't the first or the last time. I hope that didn't cause you too much distress. We sure we're just trying to have fun. But I'm sure before that and after that you've had similar challenges, and you obviously treated them us well and everyone else well in dealing with those situations, and I'm sure it took a lot of patience. And I appreciate that. Other than that, I think that it's important to share that, after the Gold Star Award for all the ski school lessons that we showed up for, you created a JIT program that I participated in. And that junior instructor training program was really what ignited my passion to be a ski instructor. And I transferred that out to Colorado, to Winter Park. That has taken me all the way to the demo team level. I thank everyone who trained me for that, and you for supporting and creating that type of a program. You must take great pride in having turned on so many people and kids to skiing as a lifetime sport. Sure helped me with that, and I'm sure you've helped hundreds of thousands of kids. I took that same passion and, as you know, started the program here at Winter Park for the kids program and turned hundreds of thousands of kids on to skiing here. So your legacy lived on through me here, and you must feel awfully proud of that. I certainly am, and I've also been able to stay here, very fortunate to stay here in Winter Park, raise my family, Elizabeth 7, Patrick 9, and my wife Denise. It's a great environment to be in. Again, I want to thank you very much and express all the luck and prosperity for you in retirement, and come on out and ski a little bit out here. I'd love to see you again. And everybody else, keep on sharing the passion, keep Snowstar alive. Can't say thanks enough. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Nancy, I want to give my wholehearted thanks to the wonderful work that you've done and the change that you've made in my life over the past 26 years. Through Snowstar, I've met some fantastic people. The instructors, the support staff, and your guidance brought the best out of everyone. On behalf of my family, Gloria, the kids, Kelly and Steve, all of us being members of Snowstar over the years, I really want to thank you again and again and again. Your guidance, your support, your understanding has been just fantastic. I'll especially always remember the hectic, chaotic periods of lunch hour every weekend when the controlled pandemonium was something that was great to watch, and to see your adrenaline rush each week was just fantastic. That'll be etched in my mind forever. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Okay, so Nancy has that wonderful quality of bringing out the best in people. The little kids know that if something goes wrong, they should tell Nancy will fix it. And they also know that Nancy cares that they do well, and so do adults. Nancy has built this great organization of caring, wholesome people, and it's partially because of that ability to inspire. Sometime in the 1970s, I went to a Snowstar meeting. I asked Nancy at that meeting if I could be a ski instructor. I'd had ski instruction, but not in teaching. And she said that she thought I could be one. And with instruction through Snowstar, eventually I became a certified instructor. And with that, I taught wonderful little kids how to ski, and they grew up to be wonderful big people. And that's all because of Nancy. That's what I need to say about Nancy.
Well, Snowstar to me is probably the best second family a boy could ever want. A lot of friends, a lot of good times. I've been with Snowstar since 1967 as a member, back in the 7th grade, which kind of dates me if you can do the math. Snowstar has been a great time. Nancy has done everything to me that a mom could ever do for any of her kids, and she takes care of all of us like her kids. And I know Snowstar will go on and continue, and I want to thank Nancy for everything she's done for me.
Some odd years ago, there was an ad in the paper, and that ad read, "Intermediate level skiers wanted to help teach children how to ski." Carol saw the ad and said, "Hey Dave, that might be something you'd be interested in." And I followed up on the ad, and I was interested in it, and the rest is history. And Nancy, there is so much history. There are so many things that I'd like to say, so many things I could say, a lot of things that were funny, a lot of things that were serious, a lot of things that once in a while bordered on tragedy, but we never lost a kid. But I just want to share this thought with you. I'd like, on behalf of the whole Connell family, to say to you, thanks for the memories.
All right. Hi, Nancy, and hi to everybody else that happens to be watching this at this time. I want to be here to say congratulations on your success of having run Snowstar, formerly Blizzard, way back when, for all these years. It's 35 plus years. I know I was part of the association for over 20 years as a ski school director, and for a couple of years prior to that, back in the early 70s, as a trainer. And it was a special time, and it was a special activity, and I enjoyed the daylights out of it. I particularly enjoyed watching the young instructors grow and develop and mature and move on. And we miss a lot of them, and some of them came back, and some of them we know about. And watching the family atmosphere grow that you fostered over the years, which you did a very good job with. And that's what made it special, and that's probably was the key to your success of the program. You must have had tens of thousands of members over the years. Hundreds of thousands of lessons were taught to these kids, and there were thousands of instructors that cycled in and out over that period of time. And it was an incredible number to speak to. And I think about all of those instructors, and I say, you know, something that validates your success is to know that other people had their successes and were in direct contact with you. You know, I would say Peggy Mills, who became a teaching pro out west, and at one time was designated by Ski Magazine as one of the top 100 instructors in the country. Dan O'Connell, who left us, he too became a teaching pro out west and is still teaching in Colorado. And at one time he was designated the Colorado Skier of the Year, as well as he's had a few attempts at trying to get on the national D team for PSIA, and that's fantastic. I know he's really involved in that association out there in the mountain region. Jeff Ulrich also became a teaching pro, and he dedicated himself to the disabled B team, U.S. ski team, in being a guide for a person who was limited sight. And so, you know, he achieved great heights with that, and he continues to teach skiing. Brent Hyman, he's gone on, he's still in school, as you know, and of course he's now a full examiner with PSIAC. Brad Bailey is another one who went on to teach out west and still does, and he's in a supervisory status. And those types of things are fantastic. You know, there aren't many ski schools can say that they had that kind of development, and they truly validate your success. Your warmth, your caring, and you're a special person. And we've all been happy and glad to be with you over the years. And I know I, for one, will always be a Snowstar, always have an affection for the group, and always work and help out whatever I can. And I congratulate you on having made a difference to a lot of skiers, both professionally and recreationally, and making a terrific impact on skiing in southeastern Wisconsin. So we all wish you love and the best wishes, and I'm sure we're going to see you again in the future. Thanks.
I think first of all, we would like to congratulate Nancy on 4 years of dedication to teaching children how to ski.
Amen.
We've had very many memorable experiences with the ski club and made many lasting friendships.
Right.
So
There's one more sentence you need. Don't
okay. I think one of the things that, as ski instructors, everyone looked forward to the end of the season ski trips out to Winter Park, and we all took our families along, and we had just a marvelous time.
Tremendous lunches on the balcony.
Yeah, yes.
Remember we all had colored ribbons on our
ski
ski poles so you
poles.
could see each other on the hill or find the group. And then we'd meet for lunch, carry our stuff up in a backpack, put it up at the
balcony house
or the ski patroller's chalet up there. And then the big part was every night we'd have a party at someone else's condo.
Those were the fun times.
So that was a lot of fun.
We ain't supposed to mention too many of them.
Well, they were nice parties.
Oh, they were good parties.
They did involve quite a few different things.
It was
They
fun.
were a lot of fun.
A lot of good times.
So, anything else you'd like to say to Nancy at all?
I really appreciate being a novice skier and becoming a pretty competent one by the time I had gotten trained by my friend Hal. Anything?
I think I learned a lot about skiing too, just by belonging to the club.
Okay.
We want to wish Nancy the best in her retirement, and that she has a long, healthful, enjoyable time.
That's right.
So I guess what we're all saying is thank you, Nancy.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Nancy.
Okay.
Snowstar.
Well, one of the fondest is an Amtrak trip. It was a real adventure, and it's where Nancy got the reputation of being more powerful than a locomotive. You know, she's always been Superwoman anyway. And she was indeed more powerful than a locomotive. We left Milwaukee, a group of Snowstars, going out west to ski via Amtrak. And I think that was the only Amtrak trip that the Snowstar ever took. And we had to switch trains in Chicago, and as I recall, the schedule was really tight, and Amtrak was threatening to leave without us until Nancy got in front of the engine and said, "You're not leaving until we're on." And Amtrak just kind of backed down, and we got on, and that was that. You know, only that's Nancy, and I have never seen Nancy. I have very seldom seen Nancy really angry, but when she gets angry, she can accomplish absolutely anything, including stopping locomotives. And I don't know if anybody else has experienced this or remembers this trip, but I certainly do. And I need to say that it really added to not only my awe, but my real love of Nancy. She's one of the most wonderful people that I've ever had the opportunity to be with.
Nancy, my heart has been touched by you throughout the many years. You were part of most of them. I started the second year of the club and went through it for 26 years and have many memories of Snowstar. Some of them of the brutal days that no one in their right mind should have skied, but I think probably one of the most brutal of the days was a 69 degree below wind chill factor. And when we hit the hill, and I forget, literally hit the hill, and I forget whether it was Little Switz, I think it was, or Sunburst. But it sounded like trains going down during the hill with the clack clack, and then they closed it after the first run. Just too brutal. But Snowstar was there, and I remember the jackets that we had that weren't quite warm enough, but warm enough only when you were active and going downhill, rather than waiting for the lessons that we were undergoing to happen and get our bloods churning. Many of the good memories. I remember your kindness and your generosity and your wonderful patience with not only the instructors and the kids. You were the perfect person to take Bob's place when he was no longer able to do it. And we enjoyed Bob and certainly respected what he had done in the creation of the program, but we likewise respected and enjoyed your takeover, and without a missing beat. I remember too 26 years of reserving Saturdays. It made for short weekends, and I finally had to leave the program when I went back into the classroom and wasn't able to commit the time that was needed. I missed that, and for a while I was a chaperone, or rather a leader of a high school group. But then I think now I even miss more not taking up Ernie Bookman's offer of going out on Mondays to ski weekly. Haven't done that for a while. Never skied the parabolic skis. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be in the future, but it's going to be. I'm going to have to maybe reserve those Saturdays again, or ask Snowstar if they maybe need chaperones on the bus. One thing I remember is the, and it still sticks in my mind, of the passing season, where finally, as one started returning from the hills in February, the bus would be lit up by the still remaining daylight. It's been a good memory and a good part of my life, and again, I really appreciate your participation in this. There are going to be many generations of youngsters that will remember Snowstar and remember you fondly. And again, my congratulations to you, and I wish you a happy and long-lived retirement. And I wouldn't be surprised if one might even see you on those ski hills periodically. But again, I wish you happiness and a wonderful retirement. And again, my appreciation to you. Congratulations, and God bless the Snowstars without you. Amen.
Hi Nancy, trying to put this series video here together. This is kind of a tough thing for us all to do, and one of the things that we wanted to say was how much we've enjoyed working with you. It's been absolutely tremendous. It's been fun watching you grow and probably watching us grow also. It doesn't seem like it was so long ago when you first started working with Bob Niss as a young assistant and working with the folks like young Tom Guile and young Steve Dassey and young Niss, Crutch and some of the other people down at the old office with that other ski club that we don't mention anymore because we're not allowed to by law, but being the original skiing teaching group and snow school in the state of Wisconsin. But it's been fun, and we sure appreciate everything that you've done for us over the years. Oh man, Nancy, thank you much. Take care.